Hello, welcome to the second video in this series about Microsoft Teams. Today we're covering how to work in Teams to set up your class effectively. So in the first video we covered creating a class or a team. Today I'm going to look at managing that team. So I clicked on Teams initially and then I chose the test team that I set up earlier in the first video. I highly recommend you go and watch that if you haven't already. Now that I'm working in the test class area that I set up, I want to divide my class up into perhaps different subjects or topic areas. So the method for doing that in Teams is called channels, and you'll notice the name of my class here. I'm going to click on the three dots next to that and I'm going to add a channel. Now I'm going to imagine this is a maths class and I want perhaps to deal with fractions in one area. And I want to deal with percentages somewhere else. So you can see very quickly I added a channel just then and I called it fractions. I'm going to go through that again and I'm going to make a channel for percentages. As I say, these are called channels officially in Teams, but I would refer to them probably in an education capacity as topics or subject areas. So I click on the three dots, more options next to the name of my class. I choose to add a channel. I give the channel an appropriate name, in this case percentages, something similar in the description. And then I've got two options here which are around privacy and whether or not the channel shows up for people. So I'm going to leave the channel privacy as standard here. That means that everybody will be able to see it. If the channel or the subject only applies to certain members of the class, you can control that by changing the privacy here. I'm not going to do that at the moment, and I'm going to tick the box to make sure it appears for all of my students. I'm going to click on add. It says it's adding the channel, and then if I look down the left hand side of my team, I can see that I've now got a channel for fractions and for percentages. I also have the default general channel, which is just for my whole class. So I can imagine that that might be useful for general discussion topics in my class. And then when I want to get into specific subject areas, I may use the other channels to divide those out. You can see within the channel, there's a number of different options at the top, which we'll explore in the next video. Thanks for listening.